Hi guys, I wanted to show you my Pullip Street because I recently unboxed her. I wasn't sure if I was going to unbox her. I had mixed feelings about both buying her and whether or not I was going to unbox her, and also whether or not I was going to modify her. So I will insert some pictures here of some of the, just some of the first pictures that I took of her and her in her box. She is one of the original releases of Pullip, and so for a while now, I guess since I started collecting in a serious kind of way, more than just a couple of dolls, I had been thinking about getting one of the very first Pullips, because I just kind of felt like they were so different, and it's kind of nice to kind of go back to the very beginning of something. I'm a big fan of understanding history and kind of thinking about the origins of things and whatnot, and I am really enthralled with Pullip's history and some of the things that she's been through and that the company's been through. And so for me, getting one of the original Pullips was an important part of my collection. I don't want all of the original ones, and I certainly don't have the time or the money or the room to have all of the dolls. So I have to think really carefully about which ones I get. And there are certain older dolls that I really love and would love to have in my collection. Afternoon is one of them. A couple of the Purezas come to mind. My daughter is in love with one of the Purezas, and I would love to get one for her. And there are a couple of other ones. Nero and Orin are two that I really love as well. Those dolls, when they come up, they tend to be pretty expensive. Obviously, all of these dolls are sold out and no longer made. Those dolls are pretty hard to get at a reasonable price. You can get them if you're patient and if you're willing to spend some money. But I just didn't want to spend. I don't want any one of my dolls to be all that valuable from a monetary perspective. So I have been passing whenever I see those dolls. They're very tempting, but I've been passing. But every once in a while, from way back when I first started collecting, I remember sitting on the couch and saying to Scott, "This is just like, she's really cheap, and she's in the box," and it was this one. It was Street, and I was feeling like I just wanted to have her, just to kind of have something from the very beginning. And so she does come up at a reasonable price fairly often on eBay. I have passed by several Streets that were reasonably priced, just thinking, even though she's reasonably priced, I don't know if I have the space, I don't know if I want to, even at a reasonable price, she's still not like next to nothing, right? So I knew what I wanted this time around. I knew I wanted her in the box, and I knew not owned by anybody, and definitely not modified or anything. So I just kind of was browsing, and I found her, and she was a really reasonable price, and so I just nabbed her. I've been holding on to her in my back room, just not sure if I'm going to display her in the box or if I'm going to take her out of the box. So I did take her out of the box last week, and she comes in a very nice box, and I have some pictures of her in the box. I really like the box because it has the leaf on it, because the word Pullip means leaf in Korean. And so I really love that the box has, something relevant on it. And so way back in 2003, when Pullips were first released, there were 3 of them that were released at the same time: Wind, Street, and Moon. And of the 3, I wanted to get one of them, and I knew that I was pretty sure I didn't want Moon. She has pink eyes, and she's really cute. I don't dislike her, but I wanted one that was wearing street clothes. Moon comes in a costume, and I really wanted one that was, I really wanted either Wind or Street. And I really thought that Wind was actually a little bit prettier than Street, but Street came up for a good price. And I'm not sure that Wind is as easy to find as Street is. Look at how pretty she is. She's gorgeous. Now I have changed her, and I was a little bit reluctant to do so. So I want to tell you a little bit about the story of her. So she came in her box. She had never been removed from her box. I thought she had a broken foot at first, but she didn't. Her feet are fine. And I'm so glad that I have her because she has an original type 1 body. And so you can see the screws in her body. And she just has a really interesting, look at the way that she goes. She has a lot of interesting flexibility, very different than I only have type 3 and type 4 dolls, and I have an Obitsu, and I have a Volks, and I have a Live doll. So I've got several different bodies for my dolls, but this one is very, very unique, and I didn't want to rebody her because I just love it. She's got these really pretty collarbones, look at that, and she's got a fairly large bust compared to the other Pullips, and look, she's just so pretty and detailed. She's gorgeous. So I'm going to put some pictures up so that you can see how she looked when I first got her. She came with this big bulky shirt on that makes her look kind of frumpy, or just a little bit too casual. And so I've replaced her shirt with this. I think that this is actually from another Pullip. It could be from a Barbie, but this striped shirt, I got it in a lot of Barbie and Pullip clothes from another collector a long, long time ago. She does come with this really cute bag. It has a little clip, and it's a working bag. It has a button that works, and it's really cute. It's got this little belt-like thing with grommets on it. It's really cute, and it just straps around her body like that. You could wear it over one shoulder if you wanted to. And then she comes with these really cool jeans that have a chain belt on it, and the chain just kind of, hang on, let me get this all up. There we go. So these really cute jeans, and they come with this cute belt, and they actually do button closed by the look of it. Yeah, there's a button there, and the back has a single cute little slouchy pocket, and the bottom are a little bit flared and have a little neon yellow fringe, and she has these little orange loafers on, and her feet are really quite a bit more flexible than regular Pullips. And the front of her pants have this, like, they look like she spilled paint or something on herself. Very nice and casual. Distressed, I guess. So she came with these orange or yellow eye chips. Here they are right here. How am I going to show you these eye chips? I will hold them up like this. There you go. So these are a rubbery eye chip. They have a silver foil lining in them to make them just slightly reflective, and they are the rubbery kind. They're similar to the eye chips that I removed from Na Auto when I had her. And I did a lot of thinking about whether I was going to rechip her. Obviously, spoiler alert, I did, because she's rechipped. And she's rechipped in these beautiful sugar lattice eye chips, and the color, it's called Mystic Blue is the color. Sorry, I know it looks kind of weird with me peeking out around her, but I'm just trying to get my phone to focus on her and not me, and it keeps thinking that my face is the one to register on. There we go. Aren't those just gorgeous eyes? I love, love, love them. And I love that they give her a monochromatic kind of a face. I picked them mostly because they were all that I had in my stash, and I was very impulsively wanting to change her eye chips today, so these were the ones that I had in my stash, so I used them. Now, I ran into a little bit of trouble with her because I have lost my precision screwdrivers, and I couldn't open her head, actually. So I was all ready to pack it in and say, okay, I guess I can't change her eye chips, when I was looking really closely at them to see if they were the size that I was looking for, and her eyeballs are a little bit white or yellowy as well, which happens with older dolls. My Suseiseki was like that too, and I had to use a magic eraser and some sandpaper actually to get the yellow off of her eyeballs. This doll doesn't have quite as much yellow, but just a little bit. And I was just using my fingernail to poke in around at the white and see if it could rub off, or if I'd need to, do any major reconstruction to her. And the eye chip started to pop out. So I thought, oh, well, I guess I'm changing the eye chip today. And so I went into my stash and I found these ones. And although I thought I was going to want a different colored eye chip, I actually really like these blue ones. They give her this real monochromatic kind of a look where she's got the blue hair, the blue eyes. And although her eyebrows and lips are purple, they're still analogous colors. So she looks quite nice, doesn't she? She's so pretty. And so I actually rechipped her without opening her up, which wasn't all that easy, but her original eye chips came out so easy, and her eyes don't have the see-through, like they're enclosed. So the 12 millimeter glass eye chips that I have here from Sugar Lattice actually are tiny bit too big, so they're just kind of like stuffed into her eye, into like the little recessed area in her eye globe, and they're not in there perfectly, but I did use some Elmer's glue to hold them in place, and I think friction just holds them in place, and they seem to be working fine. Since I had the glue out, I decided to add some eyelashes to her as well, which was also really hard. I didn't think it was actually possible to do that without opening up a doll, but I just put a little bit of glue and then I just used a toothpick to hold it up in place so that it is glued to her eyelid. And one of her eyelids actually won't close now that I've rechipped her because her eyes, as I said, they don't quite fit, so this one won't close all the way, so that's okay. I really like her with her eyes open, and her eyelids they don't have any eyeliner on them, so they're not the nicest eyelids anyway, so I'm happy to have her like this. Now she does have some yellowing on her face. I'm not sure if that's going to come up on the video, but she does have some yellowing on her face. Oops, there we go. She's just so pretty. I can't believe the difference that the eye chips and the eyelashes make on her. She just looks a little bit more updated, and yeah, those eye chips are awesome. I love how they glow. I feel like she might need a prettier outfit now, a prettier outfit than this. I was thinking she'd be a bit of a tomboy on her skateboard. She does come with a little pull-up skateboard, and I've been wearing this hat on her. Isn't she awesome? Oh my goodness. I can't believe how much I love her. I didn't think I would. I thought I was really just kind of getting her for the history, but oh my gosh, I love her little personality. She just is so gorgeous. I love, love, love her. So, what do you guys think of old dolls? Let me know. Would you ever consider getting a doll just for the history, just to have that piece of pull-up history? And if so, would you unbox her or would you leave her in the box? What are your thoughts on this kind of a thing? Would you modify a doll that you bought to have as a piece of pull-up history? I know it's a little bit contradictory there, that I got her for history and then I proceeded to change her, but these chips were just really not, I didn't like the look of them. They were just making me not like her so much. So I love her like this, and what I really love is that it gives me one of these type 1 bodies that I can see and check out and have fun posing her and see what the pros and cons are of this type 1 body. So thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think of Street, and also let me know what you think of old dolls in general, and have a really great dolly week.